as it is a frenzied atmosphere inside Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Kansas City Chiefs. They'll run it now out of the gun. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he cuts it right sideline. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A big gain there on the first play of the game. 45 yards on the ground. Shift together here from the D-line. Throwing on first down. Jones. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And down inside the 15 he goes. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Charger first.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Let's go!
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
Looking to throw on second down. Jones eluding the pressure right. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But you know there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Now Jones. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chris Jones with a big-time sack on third down, and it'll be a loss of 7. And his kick here is good. And the Chargers grab themselves a 3-0 lead. So it's our visitors who make the first dent in the scoreboard as they get 3 here on the initial drive of the ball game.
Yeah, it's hard to say who actually won that opening drive. On the one hand, anytime you can come in as a road team and get an early lead, you're going to be thrilled. But at the same time, to have the ball as deep in enemy territory as they did and come away with only 3, that's got to be a little bit of a disappointment.
First carry now for Kareem Hunt. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. Now it appears we've got a Chief moving pretty gingerly down there. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. Defense in a good spot. Let's see how the offense responds with a 2nd and 13 now. With about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on third down.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. It's Kelsey on the ground. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Well, he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds, and they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. So out come the Chargers. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Henry's got it out on the left side. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? It sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action and hit them over the top.
Here's Jones off the bootleg. And right side, Henry's got it. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season opener opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I'd missed him, it would have been a long night.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. Give him 30 yards there.
So let's go ahead and add to the difficulties of guys trying to cover receivers. They got to deal with speed, shiftiness, all of that stuff. But how about when they have height and length and deep downfield? You throw the ball up in the air. That's how they uncover at the end of a route, by being able to go up over the top and make a big catch.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Big boys down there in the trenches, and a nice play to stop them cold. Nothing there.
Yeah, when you talk about big boys, you're talking about those defensive tackles, those nose tackles. They're not just big, they're immense. And what a big-time play there.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 3 yards on the keeper, and it's 4th down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Oh, this ball hangs out to the right. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, and you're not going to have too many attempts shorter than that one. I don't think anyone got a finger on it. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's able to get up here to the 26. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
They run the counter now on first down. He finds an opening past the 40. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. It's a big play there for the Chiefs. 44 yards on the ground.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39. Green, 39. Leopard.
A give to the fullback on the dive. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Good solid gain on first down, about what you'd expect from the big guy carrying the ball.
Double tight, guys, double tight. Watch it now. Here we go. Green, 39. Green, 39. Back 99. Green, 39.
And a give this time to the tailback. Down to the 25. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it.
Green, 39. Green, 39. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, here we go. Blue, 90.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 All right, here we go. 3-19! 3-19!
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Here we go now. Blue, 90!
On the give, this is their fullback. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. They give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal.
As diverse as the running game has become in the NFL, there's still a place for the fullback position. And on that play, he gained nice yardage.
Now let's go. Blue, 90! Blue, 90!
Oh, they go with a tight end carry. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that is going to set up 3rd and goal. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Arrowhead. after this. Well, they held him out on second down, and now here's 3rd and goal.
No. Check, Patriot.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. What a stand so far defensively, and now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good, and that will tie us at 3-3. And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
That's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points, but they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline somewhat happy.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out? The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Flush to his right. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. He almost had it. The big D lineman nearly had an interception. Instead, it falls down incomplete.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way. So he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it. Just move on to the next play.
Trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play. And that's going to lead them to 4th down. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. Here to his running back. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. But it was too far for a field goal try. You don't really gain a whole lot out of a punt, so I don't think you have much of a problem with that, do you?
No, not at all. I think it's the right play, the exact right play, because even if you want to play defense and pin them deep, you know how hard it is for a punter to knock one dead inside the 10-yard line. That's not necessarily easily done. So I think going forward there was the right call.
Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Offense readies for a 2nd and 1.
All right, here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
Here we go now. 3, 9, 10.
They go play action here on first down. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Flushed out right. They find some open field here. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
A handoff as they run the counter play. And they'll get him down right about the 20. The ball still a few inches shy of the marker after the 3-yard run, so now a little soul-searching on fourth down. Now a timeout coming here defensively. As on fourth down, may as well make them punt it. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. This will be a 37-yard attempt. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals at 6-3. So they kick it through to take the lead. There is a little bit of time left, though, here in the second quarter.
And while they're concerned about not giving up a big return or giving up points themselves going into the half, how good do they feel, though, putting points on the board themselves right near the end of the first half?
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
They run the counter now on first down. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So if you like field goals, well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Now the return. Here comes Randall Cobb. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just...
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Melvin Ingram in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result?
Sack.
Quarterback gets hit.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
The Chiefs on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 11. They go play fake. Mahomes escaping. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield.
A big seam, and he might go all the way. 30, past the 20. Touchdown, L.A. A big play there. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Chargers are able to strike for 6. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Tyreek Hill on the return. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Play clock winding down. And they give this time to the tailback. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
The Chiefs on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
In motion, Hill. From the gun on third down, Mahomes. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger offense making their way back out there. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Throwing, Jones. Complete. It's Henry. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Now Jones off the play fake. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. D. Ford in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. Here's Matt Darr now as he's on to punt for L.A. And now here comes Kansas City. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold them to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run.
Here we go now.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves them needing about 7 here on 3rd down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Now this is fielded in the end zone. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Chargers will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll run it now out of the gun. Only able to make it to the 15 after the broken tackle. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead. And he'll give it here to his running back. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves him needing about 7 here on 3rd down. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back. Tell him to take care of the ball and try and move forward.
Back to throw. Jones. And this is going to be incomplete. Well, pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. And a big collision there as he winds up flat on his back.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down. Unable to connect on the 1st down pass play. Now it's 2nd down. Now Mahomes. Caught. Kelsey, left side. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Shifty footwork gets him a little extra on the play. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Now here's Mahomes. Forced out to his left. He's got his target. It's Cobb. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And picked up by the Chargers. And they are going to set up. Shot at the 32-yard line. And this is one of those bang-bang plays, Charles. Did the knee hit first or did the ball come out first?
This is where you need that 20/20 eyesight, don't you, Brandon? You've got to see which one happened first. If the knee hit the ground, then they will keep possession.
And they'll start this drive with very good field position.
Check, Patriot! Patriot! Hurry up, here we go! Back there, Philly, here we go! Now let's go! No, check, Patriot! Watch it now, Barney!
Now a handoff here to his running back. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Partner, I think there's a lesson there. Some days you're just having a really tough time, and for the defense, today has been that day. But after that play, what do you learn? You can still make plays even when the other guy's having success against you.
Room here to run. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation. The Chiefs on third down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Here we go now.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
That's a first down if he holds on, but you saw the contact, able to jar it free from him and force a 4th down.
Great play defensively there, as you said, just to knock it free, because if he had caught that, past the sticks, first down.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
Jones now on 1st down, eluding the pressure right. Shelling through the defense. And, he is really laid out that time. Knocked flat on his back at the 46. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz.
Let's go, yo. Flex round. Flex round. Let's go. Ohio. Let's go. Brand 38. Brand 38. Flex round. Flex.
Jones looking to throw on 2nd down. Flush to his right. Caught right side at Snead. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. A good pickup there at 22.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve.
Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout. That's going to be their 2nd. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back.
Come on, let's go. Brand 38. Ohio. 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 Flex round. Flex round. Here we go. Brand 38. Flex round. Flex round. Let's go. Brand 38. Ohio. Ohio.
Off play action. Jones. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the... That is caught. It's Benjamin for the Charger touchdown. Travis Benjamin, his first touchdown on the year. And the Chargers are going to add on to their lead. It's good, and now it's an 11-point lead, 17-6. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this.
All right, here we go. Green.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Mahomes. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now. The Chiefs on 3rd down. Just one conversion in 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. Red zone opportunity. The slot man in motion right. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. He gets it over the middle to Cobb. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. They'll run it now out of the gun. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Now Mahomes throwing on 2nd down, escaping the pressure, and that's a touchdown late in this affair. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
He's back to throw. And this one's incomplete. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a two-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense, right?
That's true. You've said that before.
And when you're facing a deficit on the scoreboard, you're just looking for something to get you right back into the game, and that's the spark that they were looking for. They got it with that big return.
Here we go. Green, 39.
Back to throw. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, second down. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll be third down. Mahomes used to moving quickly in college, trying to get his guys to the line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Back to throw. And that'll be incomplete. He was looking for Tyreek Hill that time. And it's second down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Let's go. Green, 39. Green, 39.
He'll look to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Give them 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a third down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down.
Good. Here we go. Green, over.
They'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Desmond King picks it, weaving through traffic, and now he's free. The 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, L.A. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism, because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on.
Fine. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. Charles.